Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the one and only Anh'S.
Hi, hello everyone. Here I am.
She's wonderful. She's amazing. So Anne is one of my wonderful clients, and she's the CEO and founder of one of the most avant-garde coaching certification school. She's a business mentor and a wonderful woman. I am so excited to have her here today because we are celebrating big things. This is not the first time we gather to celebrate you and celebrate our beautiful relationship, but it is certainly a significant turning point. It's a milestone in any entrepreneur's business evolution because Anne had a 100K month. She had, yeah, 100,000 euro a month. And we are here to celebrate that and also to celebrate her and what made that possible. Because actually 100K a month is wonderful and it's fantastic. But what's even more fantastic is who Anne is today to allow for that to happen. What was done, what wasn't done, and all the amazing evolutions that she went through very courageously. And Anne, please let us know, who are you?
So first of all, thank you very much for having me here. I'm so glad that you already introduced me because it's always difficult for me to explain what I do. As you know, and as many in this field might know, I do many things. It's not just one thing. And I think the common point is that I'm very passionate about transformation, about evolution. So what I do, what I am is I am a catalyst for transformation in the world. And I do that through my coaching business, through mentoring other business women, other coaches, other leaders, and also through the coach training certification, as I see that as a powerful instrument to transform.
Well, the wonderful thing is that Anne came to me and she was already wildly successful. I mean, she had a multiple six-figure business. Yeah. She had an established personal brand, an established impact that she was making in the world. She's known for what she does. She's one of the leading forces of the coaching industries in Italy. And when she came to me, I looked at this amazing success. I looked at her. I said, who is this amazing, bright woman? What made you want to, be part of what happens in the AAV world and work with me? What was the strongest point?
I think that when I started my business, I obviously learned from what was available at the time on the market. What was available was the kind of traditional approach. So I learned it, I implemented it, I applied it, and it worked very well for me. So I'm very satisfied of that phase of my business and my life. But then at a certain point, it was like I was approaching a sort of glass ceiling, and the feeling inside was of boredom. So I felt like, okay, I created this success. I created all those amazing things. And now what's next? Is it just about doing the same thing again and again in order to grow the business? Or maybe there is something else beyond? So I was looking for something that could give me more meaning in my life. Because, when you start your business at the beginning, of course, you want to live on your business because of your business. Of course, you want this. You want to earn money. You want this to grow. And also you want to grow, to make an impact on other people's lives. Then at a certain point, when you see that this is becoming your reality, you ask yourself, okay, now what's the next level? What can be even more amazing, more fabulous, wonderful. What can this life and this business give me even more? So I guess my perspective went broader. So I was looking for something not like in terms of strategies, because at a certain point, you know the strategies, you learn the strategies, you look at other people and you understand what kind of strategies they are applying. But you want something that is like a new paradigm on how to be and who to be in this world. So I was looking for something like this. And at a certain point, you know, when you express the desire for something big, then things happen. At least to me, like the universe respond. And yeah, like by chance, one of my ex-clients, I don't know, she shared something about you.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, who is this woman? I've never heard about her. Who is this woman? And like in 2-3 days, I went through all of your free contents because I wanted to know now, who is this person? Who is this person? And then I reached out to you. I guess it was on Instagram. I sent you a message.
Yeah, it was.
And I was expecting the classic, you know, selling approach. Now I was asking you some question, and I expected you like to try to understand my needs, my wants, my desire, my all the things, and how your program could be a good fit for me, and so on. And contrary to all my expectation, you didn't do any of this. So I was like, huh? She's not trying to selling to me. How come? I mean, the thing that you were selling at the time was also a high level mastermind. So I was looking for this. And also I was expecting you like to, why you should be in this mastermind, why you should do this thing. You didn't say anything about that. And you really gave me the power back in order for me to decide on what was the best choice for me. So I think this was really the first teaching that you gave me. It was how we set the whole relationship afterwards. And so I said, okay, I can see my fears. I can see it's a leap of faith. Of course, it's something different. It's not the usual strategies I'm looking for, but this is what I was asking.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go all in. I believe in me. I believe in myself. I do an investment on myself, and I choose to do it with you. And that is the start.
I remember it was yesterday. I'm just thinking, imagining your face like, she's not selling to me. So you said at one point you actually start seeing the strategies that people are using. So when it came to that moment, could you understand the strategy I was using?
I was like, what? There is no strategy here. How come? How can that way of doing business work? And this is also something that really fascinates me, because I was exploding my understanding and my view on how else we can do business in a different way, and in a way that is more enlightening, more enriching, more exciting.
You said something beautiful, and it's essentially, you said, the way you set the whole frequency and the whole container for our relationship. Our relationship evolved a lot.
That's right.
Our mentoring relationship really evolved a lot. And we're going to go into that because it's part of why we can say what we say to each other, and we can actually co-create together your success in ways that are very unconventional and also very personal to you. Today, I think and you can say that there is actually another level of strategy as well when it comes to getting to 100K months and beyond, like 6-figure months in general. I think today you can confidently say, yes, at the time I believed I knew all the strategies, but actually there's actually more layers to them when it comes to a certain level of scalability.
I was like, even looking around and like, okay, same thing, same thing, same thing, no? Now I can see there are many strategies, many different kind, and there are more things behind the strategy.
Many more things. The strategy is based on frequency, always.
Exactly.
There is
Yeah.
never strategy only, but there are different levels of strategy. There are high and there are high touch and a certain level of strategy as well. High level strategies and low level strategies. There is a distinction between them, of course, and they are applicable based on where the entrepreneur is, what level of scalability, your phase of scalability you are in, of course, or growth of the business, etc. But they are never a standalone thing like the strategy, of course. That's why when you found me, you were a little bit startled because there was apparently no strategy. That's so funny. So the relationship between me and you, how do you think our mentoring relationship evolved, and how did it contribute to becoming the powerhouse that you were meant to be? And we're just starting. Like, Anh'S brilliant. I will never end congratulating her of the many qualities that she's got. And when people are so multifaceted and they've got so much potential in a multifaceted potential, it takes time for all the facets to come out in the full brightness. So in the beginning, we had a relationship, then the relationship evolved. And in the meantime, Anne did what she had to do, which was accessing her most iconic self, which is really what's required when we start aiming towards a business that's a legacy, a business that is sustainable, a business that's going to live and outlive us. So you really need to embody our most iconic self. How did our relationship evolve in your eyes?
So in the beginning, I saw you more as like the mentor you ask for help when things are not going well. Okay, so I was in difficulties, or I might have some obstacle or something. I didn't know how to do something. Okay, let ask Anya, which is okay on the one hand. And on the other hand, in the evolution of the relationship, I realized that this is just a small part of what can be a mentorship relationship. So it's not just in the difficulty part, but also in the celebration part. And not only success or failure, if we can do so, but also like how we are going to do life together. So, which means for me, it was work on myself to open myself more and to share the way I saw things, or the kind of question that I had, but not just about the business, also about the way I was living my life, the way I was approaching to other people in my life, the way I was really conducting myself in this life. And so I started to share about those things, and we started to have even deeper conversation. And this was really, really transformational for me, because in fact, the business is one side of the coin, and the whole thing is I am evolving with you. I am evolving in your container. So let's do the whole thing, not just the business part. And I was not used to that with other mentors before. So it was a stretch for me to open, to share also about my emotions, and this is something I'm also doing right now. So it's not like right now I'm sharing everything. It's still something in progress.
I will never forget when we met in London, where during the first in-person mastermind that I hosted last year in November 2023, and we saw each other and we just ran into each other and we hugged each other.
And you told me, oh my God,
She's real. She's real. Oh my God. It was such a beautiful moment. It was the apex of the transition. At that moment, it was very important, both for you and for me. In terms there were so many things going on, like I just bought my first property, uh many things. I got married.
Yes, just something happened.
Small things, just small things, everyday things, like trivial
Yeah.
things. And then, yeah, I moved, and then I moved again, and then I was starting the expansion into the English market. Like, it was unbelievable. Yeah, and then I got to see you and the other beautiful entrepreneurs in Naos Mastermind and in the market. It was fantastic. So I will never, never, ever forget that moment. It will stay with me forever. So yeah, I think this is a very important point when it comes to relationship for those that are coach or consultant, or in general people that facilitate transformation of some sort. Understanding that there is a plethora of choices and options on as to how one can extend the transformation and facilitate the transformation with their clients. There are different hats that a coach, a mentor, or an alchemist, a guide, a consultant can wear, based on the level of interaction and the quality of the interaction, the depth of the interaction, the interaction that they want to have with their clients. And relationships evolve, and it will be required a different kind of leadership from a person like an entrepreneur that wants to host a certain frequency, a container of a certain caliber and frequency, because it's like any relationship in life, they will evolve, and communication will be crucial. The way we'll communicate will dictate how long somebody will stay with us, what also will be possible for us to catalyze for them, many things. So thank you for expanding on that. So let's go to the very beautiful celebration when it comes to the actual tangible results, but then we're going to go into the supplement. But let's take the tangible out first. 100K month. How did you feel when you
Wow,
actually
unbelievable.
realized, and you remember you wrote me and said, oh my gosh, Anya, I think we just made 100K month.
Unbelievable. And I just told my audience yesterday in our private group that when I started this business, I was wondering how on earth I will be able to make 500 euros a year. Do you realize? Like, I was wondering, I don't have any idea. How come I will be able to do 5,000 euro a year? And then now this, wow, what transformation, what evolution over the time. Really, wow, really what is possible is beyond my imagination. Amazing, amazing.
We have worked on this for months, and we have been preparing the stage for it to happen. And then always like this, when it happens, you just look back, turn around and say, what the heck just happened? Like, how did I do this? Like, how did it happen? How was this possible? We don't realize we've actually been preparing for it. We've been calibrating for that level of many things, that level of being able to receive, level of being able to hold the power of such results, and to hold the attention and the focus at the same time on so many things, internally, externally. There were so many things that happened. So I know it's difficult, it's very difficult, because it's been a very deep work that we've done. Beautiful. And thanks to you, because you were available for it. Most people run away, but you did not. Anne is strong. You'll get to know her. She's amazing. She's unbreakable. So basically, Anne, would you, I don't know, try and pinpoint some of the most pivotal moments that led you to this point in business, internally and externally? What was required in order for Anne to bring this level of impact and income in the business?
Yeah. I can start with the internal shifts, because I think that from those, all the rest was influenced. So the internal shifts, one of the most important was seeing and feeling that this was possible. So it started with your example when you did your 100K month and you show us what is possible. And this helped me to expand my mind and really believe, okay, if I can see someone who I'm close to do it, and I know, like, I feel who you are, not just like, someone on the internet. It's someone that in the moment is close to me. This might mean that it's possible for me as well. Like, there is a way to get there, and I know that this way will come to me. So it's not even I have to find how to do it exactly, but I feel like it's possible. So this was the first big thing. And I was not like in a hurry. I was not thinking when will it come, how can I do it happen now? And I have like, I was totally in trust with myself and what I was here to do. So this is really a strong belief of mine that great things happens to people who work on themselves and become great people. So this is one of my beliefs. And so this, and then of course, all the physical stuff that we did, like at the beginning when you told us, okay, now you have to train your body in a certain way. Now you have to do some small shift in your life based on the kind of thing you eat, the way you sleep, all those things. So they were really like small things that apparently one can say, why do I need to do this? I'm here to do business. But at the opposite, when you apply them, you do it, you start to understand that it's not just about what you do, it's also who you become and how you do it, like the kind of frequency you put in and you vibrate at, no? So I started to do those things, and this also helped me to put myself even more in the CEO identity. I'm not just the first Tom who is trying to have a business. No, what I have built until now, the way of the kind of person I became, and also the role that I had in my company, with my team, and in the relationship again with other people.
Absolutely.
So it was fundamental for me to say, okay, I'm a leader. I'm a leader. I lead myself. I lead my team. I lead my clients. I'm here to do great things with the leaders outside. So it's changed the way I saw myself, and also it's changed the way I saw my clients. Instead of attracting people who needed to be saved, I started to focus my attention on those who were already happy about their life, their business, and wanted to go even further beyond. So the thing that happened to me, no, with you at the beginning, and I started to say, okay, there are people like that out there. I just need to focus on them and trust their personal power in order for them to be attracted to my power. So this was part of the whole work that we did in this year together, no? And I think this was really deep.
This translates in the way beyond the relationships, of course, with our clients and our audiences and ourselves. It also translates into how able we are, or we have to become to stay, to actually stay long term, to actually see what happens, and to be able to create containers and spaces that can host that kind of long permanence. This requires a lot of maturity and a lot of honor as well, to honor to evolution, honor to truth. Without that, everything is quick and everything is just unsustainable.
Mm.
And that starts and ends with pain. It's doesn't plant seeds, if that makes sense. So in order to really create and catalyze change and transformation for others, this is required, like being able and willing to stay to see where it all goes. Even if we're aware of the fact that it never ends, like, there's a lot of levels as well of the evolution, which is fantastic. So that was very important that you mentioned the inner work that you did, which was actually translated into the external world very quickly. It was translated into your marketing, it was translated into the way you, into your energetic posture, and therefore into all aspects of your communication. And I think part of that also gave you a new perspective in the way you deliver your genius and you deliver your transformation through your deliveries, through your tools and your offers, whatever it was. But
Yeah.
I think it transferred into that as well, like seeing not just a big chunk of something in an offer that has to solve a problem, but actually creating a scenario of spaces, like a landscape where people can actually evolve in a much more fluid and also more advanced and elevated way, because it gives time for integration as well. Many things, oh my God, this could be like a program in itself, this interview, but absolutely, yes. You make it sound so easily beautiful, but take us to the behind the scenes. Actually, what did it take to actually see it this way and implement it?
Yeah, it was not easy at all, especially for me, who came from a traditional marketing perspective. So it was like a
The
completely
traditional business
change.
model too. The traditional business
Yeah,
model, yeah.
it was like, okay, change perspective and have trust and faith that this will work for me. Especially, you know, it's easier to change things when things are not going well.
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
say, okay, never mind, it's not working, I try something else.
Yours were working.
Yeah, it was working. So it was working, and now what? You destroy everything, you change everything. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? And he says, no, I'm not destroying, I am transforming. I am transforming. This is also how a business can stay alive. It's not just one thing you do, it's something you are, no? So I transform myself, I transform the business. And in order for me to give power to others, to believe in their power, I had to believe in my power, to believe in my power to attract the right people. And also to know that maybe some people won't understand, maybe some will expect other things from me. It's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay. And maybe one day they will understand, maybe not. It's okay. I focus on the people I want to work with, on the kind of people and on the kind of impact. And this is another important thing, because in the vision I have and in the kind of impact I imagine for the world, it's not just me creating the impact, it's me with other leaders, with other people who also are catalysts for transformation for other people. So how do I attract those kind of people into my world? By becoming myself a leader even more.
It's a different kind of leadership as well, because you can be leaders in a conquering mode, or you can be a leader by inclusivity, by what I call exclusive inclusivity. Inclusivity can be misunderstood sometimes. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. I remember in 2023, the end of 2023, actually, you surpassed the revenue goal, let's call it like this, or projection that was given for your business. And it was the start of something very beautiful, because not only that happened, so your business surpassed the goal for the year, but also the profit margins were so much higher, was very, very high. which they were not in the beginning, and it was a problem because this was actually not allowing you to expand your impact even more and actually reallocate the team dynamics and team members as well. There were lots of conversations that I remember we've discussed, and we have programmed and co-created with your team difficult conversations in your personal life, in your team, with your team. Many things went through and went down in order to get there. And I remember another incredible result was a 76,000 euros a month, and probably 150,000 euros in the first 2 months, and many other incredible results in terms of like the tangible and measurable results of business, like income wise, amazing, profit margins wise, amazing. I would also say that your clients started having incredible results. So fiber of the clients, the new clients that came was totally different, was much more in alignment with the kind of human fiber that you wanted to see in your clients, but also the ones that were already in your containers felt the shift that happened in you within yourself, and things changed for them as well. Some examples of that, do you recall any?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like, I'm so proud of my clients, first of all. Really, I so love working with them, and they give me such satisfaction. I'm so in love with them. So yeah, one of them in terms of money, because there are many other results, like a change in relationship, in the way they relate to their body, in the way they feel about themselves. So all the things, those things are there. And in addition, one of them, for example, she was beginning her coaching business, and she was wondering, how will I sell my first package, my first coaching package? And like from zero, she went to sell her first package at 1,333. So it was really amazing. Like, wow, from zero to that amount in Italy. Can you believe it? It's really, wow, really a stretch for her. And I was so proud of her results. And this is just the beginning, because she's still in training. So she's
she's still doing the train. That's unbelievable. So, what I want people to understand, the people who are watching it, we are talking about a market, which is the Italian market, which is very, very difficult because the European market moves slowly. We're talking about a person running one of the leading coaching certification businesses in Italy, and her clients also having incredible results in such a difficult market. So remarkable.
Yeah, I'm so happy and proud of her. And she's not the only one. So another one, she started to increase her prices and sell at 1,005. And then another one, she elevated the price to 3,333. And also another amazing client, like she started to think, oh, what if I could sell before I sell? What if people come to me by attraction even before I open the gates for buying? And it seems like the day after, 2 clients came to her. So really amazing how the strategy and the energetic side goes hand by hand. So it's not just one or the other. Really amazing.
And let's say things the way they are, because they are amazing, but you made it possible. Because I remember how you felt every time one of your next level embodiment was happening. You were reporting that back to your audience through your transmissions, through your communication. And actually the way you were coaching as well in your coaching certification with your client. And because of your shift in your energetic posture, right after this was possible for them too. So you really set the stage and the frequency for this amazing evolution, in exponential evolution, in really collapsing time around how fast we can progress. It's really an exponential more than a linear kind of evolution, which is amazing. And speaking of prices also changed for you. You were able to massively increase your prices. And it wasn't easy for you as well. It was an internal shift that was acquired. It was a very, very refined work that we did around that. Also completely reimagining your offer stack. I remember the way you launched something was completely no sales page, like nothing you had ever done before, like completely free, like a free expression of stuff. And you were surprised to say, oh my gosh, people are actually understanding what I'm saying. Like, I don't have to be afraid of actually saying what I want to say the way I want to say it. So, I think there was a newfound connection to your audience as well that allowed.
Yeah, I think it was a connection to my inner amusement. Like when I came to you, I lost the fun part of the business. It was like a work. Okay, now it's a work.
Before you came
yeah,
to you
exactly.
lost it. Okay.
Yes. And in this year together, I started to find back now the inner joy, the inner the pleasure of all those things, and also the courage to break the barriers. Like I have always done like this. What if I change? What if I do things completely different? Let's play a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So this thing helped me to have a new energy, a renovated energy, and my audience felt it. So they felt it that I was having fun in my business. I was just not selling things or doing things. I was having fun in my business. And of course, this is a different frequency that attracts people. Of course, they also want to have fun in their lives. They don't want to be like behind a computer all the day working and that's it.
And do you remember our first ever group call in Naos Mastermind? I think I was in Bali.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. And I you asked me something like, what do you want me to do now? And I actually said, how many hours are you working? And how many days per week are you working? I said, no, I've got this hours a day. Because Anne is very structured as well. She's good at team, she's got support. And I said, I want you to take 3 days off. And she said, but I'm already taking 2 days off every week. I said, increase it. And she was like, ah.
Yeah, it was like it was the opening for me to have more fun and to bring more pleasure into my life. Because I was so much in the management of the business and I started to lose excitement about the business. So how could I do things differently, having fun and really living, enjoying my life? So this also was something that changed my perspective of like before this was the business and then in the spare time, let's live. Okay, let's do life. Now it's more, okay, this is my life and business is part of it, but it's not the main thing. It's one of the things. And in front of that, so the first thing first, it's me. How am I living? How am I enjoying this life?
So basically, all the work that we've done led you to accessing multidimensional prosperity. Multidimensional prosperity is the word of the AAV world, and it's there for a reason, because through that, geniuses like you can actually express their genius, can actually have the impact that they want through their businesses. It's very important. We did a huge and humongous amount of work, multidimensional work on many levels, from many aspects and many angles as well. And for me, it brings me joy, honestly, today, seeing that, yes, the money, the income, the amazing goal, it's just a reflection of the quality of the experience of life that is available to you today. And it doesn't happen by chance. It doesn't. You make it sound very nice and very easy. Just have fun.
No, I created that. Now it's just 1 week. I'm back from 1 week ago. I came back from a whole like 6 weeks holiday journey in Asia, and before going, I had this feeling, no, like, okay, do I go? Do I stay? Like, now is launching time. I should be here doing things and so on. And I say, no, I know that when I'm traveling and I'm connecting to myself, to my soul, to the things that really ignite my inner me, this is where my energy flows and is attractive, is magnetic, and is more powerful. And in order to do this, I had trust in myself and I had trust in my team, because I delegate to them and I knew that you are capable. I know you can handle this. I know that you will be doing an amazing, wonderful job. And and that's it. And so we created this month together.
Remember, that was actually also one of the important transitions that you had to do, like how to empower your team even more. Remember when we were working on this specifically? I want to highlight this because this is very difficult for entrepreneurs. We are high achievers. We do many things. We create through our hands and our being. And it's not the smoothest transition in saying, you know what, I'm actually empowering you to do what you have to do. I'm actually empowering you to make mistakes, because it will never be perfect the way I do it, or as good or the way I want it, 100% to it. And that's the magic of the team. The team will surprise you with their own genius when you empower them, but that is only possible when the structure is in place for people to actually move freely and for genius to flow, not just in you, but in your team. That was a tough point too, remember?
Yeah.
It's for everybody, for every entrepreneur. It's one of the phases, one of the points of the pivotal moment of scalability towards a certain level. Understanding that the team is going to make mistakes. It's going to make mistakes, and it's okay. And actually building a brand and a communication system, an identity that actually allows us to reduce the friction between the audience and the team in the back end. It really becomes a seamless flow of communication. And I remember you felt the difference recently in the way your team was actually holding their power and their stance in the communication with the audience, reflecting the values of your brand. There is so much behind it. Thank you for sharing.
I had to come back in the front seat of my brand. Like at a certain point, I was just behind the scene management, all the things, all the people, all the processes and everything. And then in this last year, I started to say, no, okay, how can I shine my light again as the front face, the front woman of my business, of my brand? So how to do there and also behind, not just there and that's it. No, how to have one foot there, one foot behind, and how to be with the team, but not always with the team. Yep. How to be with the audience, but not always with them. Having a multi-dimensional presence. I would say
it's a masterful process to achieve. The front end, the back end, the middle end, all ends, it's omnipresent and the solution at the same time. And freedom, it's counterintuitive, but that's actually what gives you freedom. All while having the highest month ever and replicating that and maintaining and increasing the results and the impact to your clients and audience. We could talk about so many things, because your life, personal life, underwent a massive transformation in our work together. Your personal life, your physical, energetic, and mental well-being skyrocketed. Without going into details with that, but because it's personal. And you can, aside that, you can see the light shining completely differently from you. Like your aura, expanding in such a beautiful way. I want to ask you this. What surprised you of what came as a surprise during our work together? And what are the most beautiful moments that you can recall?
I should say maybe they are the same. The in-person mastermind in London.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was really, so first of all, it was unexpected because when I signed up for the mastermind, it wasn't mentioned. So it was unexpected. It was a surprise. And of course, meeting in person, having this kind of deep conversation and staying in the field, in the energetic field, in the space. This was something that that helped me to, again, open my eyes even more and see what's possible for my life and the kind of vibration I want to bring in with the people I'm connecting with. So yeah, one of the most beautiful souvenir that I have is really like the thing I think of this mastermind and how I felt when I was there. It was really, yeah, out of this world.
It was out of this world because it was a surprise and a gift from me to you wonderful entrepreneurs in Naos Mastermind, but there was also a day open to the audience in the AOV world, and people showed up. They came from all over the world to meet us and meet you also, meet the goddesses of the Olympus in person in London for 2 days. And it was incredible. It was very important for me too. It was the very first ever in-person event held in the AAV world, and we will replicate it. The mastermind session open to everybody was fantastic. Like we had this beautiful night, evening and afternoon and evening together, and then we met the following day too, just for Naos Mastermind clients, and we went for lunch. And that lunch was not a lunch. It was something else. I still remember the lights in your eyes.
Yeah, the tea, the first evening, it was really, really interacting with other people because it was open to other people. So it was exciting to be there, to be part of this, and yeah, the feeling of exclusive inclusivity, the one you speak about, I felt it there. And also the day after was even more. It was just the three of us with you. It was there in that table close to the window, and the kind of conversation. So the level of conversation was something really high, something that I know is not accessible to anyone. Like in my daily life, I don't have this kind of connection yet. I don't have it yet, but I'm creating them. So being there, being part of this and feeling the way you can live your life elevated even more, even more. This was like a seed planted in me. Like, okay, now I know this feeling. I want more of this, and I know this will grow in time, and it will be sort of an inception, you know. An inception, so now it will grow over time more and more.
There are people in the AAV world that have actually moved cities and regions to be closer to the people with which they could have those kind of conversations. Clients of mine have actually moved regions to be closer to that kind of people that they met inside one of my mastermind. There is the couple that's still together after 2 years meeting in a mastermind. We all yearn for this kind of connection. And I think the greatest gift that I could give you was the proof that they do exist. They are possible, because it can feel lonely at the top. Illusion, of course, the feeling of loneliness, it's an illusion. But I understand why it happens, because it is a rarity. We're talking about rarity now, and it is possible. There are, it's more rare, but it is definitely possible. It's up to us to create it.
Yeah. Yeah, the quality of the connection. You're right. The quality of the connection, the standard.
This is what our business can do, creating this kind of connections when it's all based on a certain level of frequency and the strategies aligned to the level of frequency and all this kind of thing. Then we create impact and beauty and income and transformation and multidimensional prosperity all around it. Isn't that amazing? It sounds nice, takes a lot of work. It's the work of a lifetime, and there's no rush. There's no rush.
Exactly. Yeah.
Only love and purity. And I'm curious to know what you see possible for you and for your business now. Where is Anne going? After all this transformation, after all this deep work, what is available now?
Yeah, I see in terms of transformation that I can touch even more people in a deeper way. And it's just not about the number of people, but the quality of the people that I can touch. So I feel that, with a ripple effect as well. So I feel there is a new quality of people that are coming in my world, and so those quality will attract other people from that quality, and they also will be working with other people from that quality. So I think we are elevating the standard of the coaching industry. This is something I view in my vision, also the way I approach coaching, transformation, evolution. This is something I want to bring to the world. And yeah, I feel in terms of results that we can reach 1 million.
Yeah.
Maybe this year, maybe next year, who knows? I'm not in a rush, but I feel it's really possible. And I know it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. So this is something that it will be growing even more. And as far as I am connected to myself, to my audience, to my team, to my vision, to the energy I have inside, I can see when I shine my light, I help other people shine their light. So this is the thing that I want to bring and to keep expand in other people's lives. Being an example of what is possible for myself, and at the same time inspire other people to create what is possible for them as well.
Of course, because now you've got more time. You got more time. The income is skyrocketing. The quality of the people is skyrocketing. The relationship with your team is skyrocketing. So you are unstoppable. Yeah, you're unstoppable. Everything can be manifested. It can be actually created. And you are an expert. You are a veteran in the business and the coaching world. You're not a newbie. And you love learning so much. You're very open to receive teaching and wisdom. There is a plethora of options out there. So I'm curious, what made you choose to work with me specifically? What is the thing that led you here?
First of all, I'm not sure there is a plethora out there.
Yeah.
Meaning there is a plethora out there of a certain kind of mentoring and business working. I think you are such precious and unique person in this industry, in this market, especially in the Italian market, but also in the English one. I've never seen someone like you. And so I think you are quite special, quite unique. And when I met you, the feeling that you activated in me was something my mind couldn't understand. I knew I was really afraid. I didn't like I wasn't in your world for a long time. Like in 5 weeks, 5 days, I decided to invest a high level, some high amount of money in working with you.
Multiple five figures, I think. Straight into
Exactly.
Mastermind, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like really a leap of faith. And this was possible because I saw in you a person who is living her life at high frequency, and you are the embodiment of your teaching. It's not just something you know or something you learn somewhere. You are what you teach. And it's not always easy to understand, especially for people who are really logical like me. Like, oh, I don't understand what is happening. But this is also part of the magic. And one of the work I did on myself was, okay, and just put yourself in the space, trust the process, even though you don't understand, you don't, just be there and know that at a cellular level, things are happening. Change is happening. Trust yourself, trust your mentor, trust the group, trust the community.
Yeah.
Let it be, let it be.
I remember when you said in the beginning, Anya, I don't understand a single word of what you're talking about.
You're so different from everything else. Oh, I don't understand.
But it wasn't long until Anne not only actually she gave up trying to understand, and that's what she actually started becoming like really understanding on another level completely. Because Anne is so brave. You are very brave. You are very brave, but also very grounded. You're there. You're set for life. You're set for like to go. I mean, if you don't know Anne, you will know. You will go and probably stalk her on a social media afterwards. What would you say to somebody that's considering entering the AAV world?
I would say to listen to yourself. Like it's really a decision you take from your heart. It's not something you do from your brain. It's not something you do because of other people's results. This can, of course, being inspiring, but it's a calling. Yeah, it's a calling from inside. So trust your calling, trust your voice, trust the thing you feel inside. And when you decide to do the step, this is already the first teaching you are applying on your life. Is you choosing you.
It was a pleasure and honor. And I think people will find this conversation enlightening, full of details and expansions as well. It was like always with me and Anne, when we start talking, we don't watch. I don't look at the clock, like the sun goes down, comes up.
Time is flying.
Time is flying, but essentially people will be able to find details, a broader view, all the spectrum of evolution, scalability, elevation, spiritual transformation in this conversation. It's such a gem. Thank you for being so generous with your time. Thank you for exposing your most iconic self today. Once again, even more. I am so happy to be able to call you a client. You are more than that. I'm getting emotional because I know what we have been together, what we have been through together, and what is yet to come. I want everybody to know where they can find you in all your glory and beauty.
So they can find me on Instagram. My handle is anh.coach, Anh written ANH.coach.
Thank you so much. The same way I was able to be a portal for you to explore your greatness, I am sure 100% that this conversation and your work will be the same for other people. I'm buzzing with enthusiasm.
Thank you very much for having me here. It was a pleasure. I hope this conversation inspired many people to shine their light. And yeah, to our multidimensional prosperity.
To multidimensional prosperity for all.